Testing. What's up, y'all? Welcome into the live. Um, yeah, I just got some things to say. I need y'all to hear me, man. Okay, cool. Finna wait for a few more people, actually. Welcome to the live. Said be respectful or you'll be removed. Exactly. Appreciate it for letting people know. Okay. What's up, y'all? Good evening. Welcome to the live stream. What's up, Still Flame? Well, I have not been live in a few days. Been busy, a lot of family stuff going on. So it's been hard for me to get to these live streams like how I usually would be live. But I gotta start back. I gotta start back because it's a lot been going on out here. I'm gonna start recording video footage of what's going on out here in Chicago. Unfortunately, y'all only hear what is being told to y'all from other content creators that don't live here. They they can't really say for real because they don't live here. They don't see what we're seeing. So today, as we were driving and we rode past, bro, there was a huge police presence at the park. And when I tell you, they was 40 cars deep, and they probably still out there. And they was like 40 cars deep since this morning, and we was just wondering like what the hell is going on, because usually like when the police is out there like that, it's like a big event or something. But we didn't see no like event going on, so that was this morning. Now, this afternoon, fast forward, we ride past again. This time, the police was standing on the street in groups, kidnapping teenagers and throwing them in the car, and the teens was just screaming to the top of their lungs and crying. And it happened so fast, I couldn't even freaking record it. I wanted to get out the car and tell them to let that girl go. That girl was locked. She had handcuffs on her, and the other girls across the street had handcuffs on them. And mind you, like I said, never seen no shit like this before unless it's something bad that happened. So we asked one of the police officers, "Hey, bro, man, what's going on? Like over here, like we seeing all these teenagers getting arrested, screaming, crying." He was like, "Oh, it was a block party or whatever." And I'm telling my husband like, "Ain't no freaking block party. If it was a block party, we would have saw the event. Like, you know what I'm saying? We would have saw the shit. There was no freaking block party." I'm trying to figure out what was really going on. They kidnapping teenagers out here and throwing them in the car. Why did I say kidnapping? I said that because where's the parents? These kids are screaming and crying, and they're getting handcuffs put on them. And there was a huge police presence. And I'm like, what the hell is really going on? Mind you, not even just that, y'all. We be having, I'm talking about drones flying around this bitch all day. Drones flying around day in and day out lately. Helicopters everywhere, like every day, all day. Unusual activity. As y'all can see the video footage of uh the federal agents breaking into that that apartment building on South Shore Drive, you know, nothing but black folks that they was detaining. But they say that they're looking for the migrants, which is a fucking lie, and I knew it. I knew that this was gonna happen. Like I kept telling people, like, man, I just feel like what they really up to is they're trying to target not only migrants but black people as well. I knew it, you know. Myself and a lot of other content creators was talking about it before it started happening. And bam, voila, there you go. Now black people are starting to be afraid to come outside. Shit crazy, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. And on some real stuff, like it's getting real out here. I ain't never seen nothing like this. Like being a Chicago citizen, born and raised in Chicago, never seen no shit like this before. Like literally, it is so normalized that there's drones flying around all day. Um, what's up, Sleepy? Still Flame, everybody that just entered. You said, yeah, it was so many teens. Yeah, I thought that's what was going on. I was like, I told my husband, I said, oh snap, here we go. Teen takeover again. Whole time, that's not even what had happened. They're snatching up teenagers, throwing them in the cars, and putting cuffs on them. And I'm like, what the, like, what is going on? The girl is screaming and crying because apparently, not only did they put the cuffs on her, but they had kidnapped her brother. And she was like, let my brother go. And it was her and like a bunch of other teens. And you could just see like the streets, like, bruh, this is just diabolical. I'm not gonna lie. And unfortunately, nothing is being done about it and nothing can be done about it. Um, because these people is just having their way with this. I mean, this, if you ask me, this is like, man, all the way back in slavery times at this point. You know, they are having fun doing this. When I tell you these federal agents, you know, they having fun. It's just so fun to them. Snatching up teens off the streets. CPD having fun with it too, my bad. CPD snatching up teens off the street, kidnapping them, locking them up and shit. And knowing damn well where's the parents. Trash ass mayor and governor, for real. Um, you know, and I'm like, I said, damn, ain't nobody really pulling over. You know what I'm saying? People just riding past, looking at the stuff. Of course, my ass ain't pull over. Like, but it's just crazy, man. I mean, this, I don't even, I'm just lost for words at this point. Like, this, the fact that this is going down out here is crazy. Like, I can't believe that it's really happening. Can't believe it's really happening. It's to the point where we gotta, damn, we all gotta stay safe out here. Yes, the devil's working, but God always prevails. Yep, facts. You know, um, Shit, we ain't scared to go nowhere though. I'm gonna tell you that. Like we just, if we gotta go, we gotta go. We gone. But I see, how honestly the migrants that's out here, they be acting like, I don't know, man. They be acting like they running from they be acting like they running from something or someone. Because when you see them in a car, they looking through every mirror, like they like paranoid, you know? And it's worse than the YNs. And then the crazy part is, I hate to say this, but the audacity of them to still be racist. They still racist though. How the hell you ain't supposed to be here, but you're racist as hell? I ain't gonna lie to you. If it was up to me, I would say stay. Stay. This look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Who the hell would wanna live in this shit? I see a lot of people keep saying that they ready to leave this country. But y'all gotta understand something too. I'm ready to go too. But we all gotta understand that wherever you go, it's gonna be bad regardless. Like you can run, but you can't hide. You know, real talk. Cause at the end of the day, like if only y'all knew what's going on out there in these other countries. Look at the UK. It's stuff going on out in Africa. I mean, I could pull up the website, right? The website, like when you wanna go out of the country and get on the plane and just go and take your little vacation and stuff like that. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see how anybody's doing that right now. It's a lot going on. And they have it to where you can only go to certain countries at this point. It's a lot going on in Russia, China, Africa. All, man, I'm talking about. But look at what's going on here though in the United States. See, they taking it slow on us, but at the same time, they're doing more harm than good. And I knew that shit was gonna happen. If you ask me, these federal agents, I'm gonna be honest with you. Why do I feel like they undercover and they're really like the National Guards? Pretty much, still flame. you know. You said, hold on, what happened? You said ICE agents weird as hell. My thing is, how you know they the real thugs, bro? They got ski mask on. They have ski masks on their face, and then they just snatching up people, just snatching up anybody. At this point, it's no longer about the migrants. Okay, they just gonna snatch up whoever they want to snatch up, and they're gonna get away with it. And that is what it is. This is the new normal, you know. You said, if you got God, it don't matter. But yes, the city, yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, like Chicago is not the same. Now my title says Chicago is going crazy because it is, honestly. But the last week or two, I'm gonna be honest with you, like people have been turning completely insane. The insanity is diabolical. It's to the point where nobody has a brain anymore. Their uncontrollable thoughts is taking over them. It's to the point where they have no self-control at all out here in Chicago. And it is the people. It's the people, man. Like I keep saying, and I'm gonna keep saying it because everybody's swept down. Oh yeah, this war is because of this gun, or this war is happening because of this missile. And see, people really believe that wars happen because of objects. Whole time it is the people. You said city was already messed up. This ICE stuff making it worse. It is making it worse, bro. And and see, that's my thing. This shit is not helping because all they are doing is just targeting whoever they want. Yes, they're locking up white people too, bro. They snatching up the white people out here too. I seen the video footages. I mean, like, this is just crazy. They snatching up anybody. It ain't just no damn migrants. You said, but why is the people, huh? Why is it the people? Because they're uh idiotic. That's why. Their mind is so chaotic that they can't control it. They just they at this point, they don't care if they get locked up. They will hope that they don't get caught, but if they do get caught, they don't care. You see, Chicago is full of a bunch of people that literally gives zero fucks. I'm just gonna be 100. Like it's got to the point where the last couple weeks I have noticed that people legit don't care. Even the old people. When I tell you it is all walks of life and all ages, I'm not lying to you. The kids out here. Kids out here so messed up in the mind. You know, it's even what's so bad about this shit is the fact that not only is the parents, so messed up in the head and the grandparents, but the kids though, the fact that a kid mind their mind is already, you have to literally train them up, because they don't know no better until they turn a certain age. But when you refuse to train them up until they turn that certain age, and then when they turn that certain age, you still refuse to train. When I tell you, we have a city full of uncontrollable as children and adults, teenagers, elderly folks. It's bad. That's how. And then everybody want to use the excuse, oh well, it's just a city. That's how it is in the city. No, that's not normal. And especially a city that I was born and raised in. You can't see. This city is full of hate. It ain't nothing but as soon as you walk outside, you could feel the hate. You could feel the hate. You could feel the evil. They don't care. They do not care. They don't care. Nobody likes kids anymore. Kids are such a problem to people. Kids are the issue. Elderly folks is the issue as well. And I'm gonna be honest, coming from me, I'm gonna tell you what the real issue is. And a lot of people probably gonna disagree with this, but hey, it is what it is. It's the elderly folks, okay? It's the elderly because they set the tone. If you ask me, they set the tone. And I get it. People supposed to control themselves. Yeah, but I mean, why is it that old folks can no longer lead? They're followers at this point. And we're not talking about followers of Christ. We're talking about followers of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I'm talking about they are on all social media sites. And that's all they do is be on social media all day. Man, we rode past this old black lady. When I tell you, she was doing the dumbest things in traffic. Like she kept slamming on the brakes, kept slamming on the brakes, kept getting on the other side, getting back in front of me, slamming on the brakes, making us miss the light, all types of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I done had it with this lady. So I just started hunking at her, right? She gets back on the other side. She looking at me like, what do you want? A problem with me? Cause I can go there with you, young lady. I'm looking like, not only just that, but we go to the store this morning, early as hell in the morning. And early bird get the worm. It ain't nothing but old folks and the evil, wicked, old people. And I mean, y'all, I'm gonna be honest with you. I never in my life would have thought that I would be talking about old people this much being evil. Like, it gotta be them. What is it? It gotta be them shots, them booster shots y'all getting, them little checkups and stuff that y'all like. What is going on? Because honestly, old people, like, yeah, that's weird to have to really keep talking about this. And then the fact that people just keep saying, "Oh, just respect your elders," blah blah blah. I've always respected my elders, but I have never in my life thought that I was gonna have to keep saying that old folks is the issue. It's the fact that they want to be young. It is the fact that they don't see any problem. Again, I seen a old ass man look like he was close to 70. This ninja is dressed up like a young YN with dreadlock. When I tell you, whole head was gray. Whole head was gray. And he walking around with dreadlocks and a gun bag on. This the second old man that I have seen like this. How is this normal? Please tell me. You said there are still some good people in the Shire, men and women of God that are on the front line. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it seem like the whole city of Chicago is demonic. I'm not gonna make it seem like the whole city demonic. But it is. It is. The whole city is demonic, but you do have a few good people here and there that's left. But I'm gonna be honest with you, majority of the people here in this city, man, they ain't got no common sense. None. Um Clean said, I am from Africa, but I came to the UK a few months ago and I'm confused about what's going on here. Are you saying you confused about what's going on in this live stream or like in the UK? Because to my understanding, please correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, but far as what I've been seeing is the UK has already started the mark of the beast. They started their beast system already. Meanwhile, if you ask me here in the US, I believe the beast system already started a long time ago, behind closed doors. They're just getting everybody prepped up, and they've been getting everybody prepped up. That's why they came out with all this digital stuff, man. You're gonna make you. I heard that, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that anybody that has a baby next year in 2026, soon as the baby is born, they're gonna do everything is gonna be digital to the point where your baby is gonna have to have a digital ID. Digital ID is the mark of the beast. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. I still ain't getting no real ID. I still haven't got that weird stuff. I don't want it. I'm cool. You know? I mean, and then like it's already bad enough that when you have to handle business, I remember when everything was paper. Handling business, you filling out the applications for whatever you got to handle business for and you turning it back in. Whether you go to the office or not, you turning it back in through the mail or at the office. Now everything is digital, everything is online, and I'm sick and tired of it. Because like they want you to do this facial recognition and all that to make sure it's you. Then they want you to hook up your phone number and get the code and put the code in from the phone number and do your fingerprints through your phone and all type. Man, look, I don't like this. I don't. Everybody else is cool with it because they feel like it's so easy. That's the thing. That is how they're gonna get you. They're gonna get your ass just like that. The mark of the beast, you will take it. You wanna know why? Because you're gonna feel like it's convenient enough for you and it's easy. And it's easy as 1, 2, 3. You know? Watch to see how many people personally that's gonna take the mark. You wanna know why? Because people don't like to go without. They don't. They don't like to go without. They don't want to be broke. Everybody chasing the same image. Everybody needs some money in their account. People do not like to have $0. And that's just the truth. And I sound like a broken record because it is the truth. And sometimes the truth is repeated. Real talk. People be like, oh, you're always saying the same, talking about the same stuff. Of course, and I'm gonna keep talking about the same stuff because the truth is the same stuff. I mean, the truth is a lot of people will comply and they will take the mark of the beast without taking the mark of the beast. And Chicago, I'm gonna be honest, man, look, it's going down. These people out here is psychotic, especially not only just the elderly people, but bruh, the kids. You can't tell me that when I tell you I feel for these children, this shit is scary. Y'all ever seen that movie Children of the Corn? Anybody ever seen that movie Children of the Corn? You know, it kind of reminds me of Children of the Corn. It reminds me of what is that other movie with all them, that horror movie with all them kids that was trying to attack. Man, look, y'all think I'm lying to you. Chicago, the children in Chicago is so possessed. They are possessed, bro. They have, and I no now no disrespect to the kids because I love kids. I got kids of my own. But the children are possessed with demonic spirits. That is the truth. And I'm talking about they are so evil now. Like they are ready to kill, steal, and destroy. They have no remorse, none, because they're not being taught love in the home. So how could we really blame the children? Who's to blame? It is the parents or whoever it is that has custody of the damn child. Real talk. Um, you said stimulus check and to be viral, they are taking the mark of the beast. For sure. Yeah. See, you gotta think about it. If people would do anything for fame and they would do anything for money, why wouldn't they take the mark of the beast? If you got a world full of people that hates to see $0 in a bank account, that hates to be broke, why wouldn't they take the mark of the beast? See, the mark of the beast is gonna be very convenient for you, and it's gonna make sure that you have whatever you need, have all the money, all the necessities, and your rent paid, all of that. But if you refuse, then you're not gonna have that. You're gonna be broke, flat out. So hell, if you enjoy money, and you love money, and you don't look at it as a tool, you look at it as your husband or your wife. Yeah, you'll take the mark for sure, for sure. You know, but it's people like us that don't care about money, that don't like money, that don't give a damn if we broke or we rich or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, God gonna come first through it all. If I came on here right now and I told everybody, y'all, guess what? I'm wealthy now. You know, I got everything I ever wanted. Guess what? One thing about me, I'm still gonna keep God first through it all. See, a lot of people they get money and they forget about God. You know, and then when everything is taken away from them, they start blaming everybody and everything else, and they forget that um you forgot to put God first through it all. You said you look normal. You look mature, grown up. What? You look mature, huh? Anyway, um, yeah, I just wanted to say like Chicago is so. I'm gonna be 100. I just can't stop thinking. I can't stop envisioning the kids, bro. Like everywhere we go around the city, when we're in the city, every time we see it, they are possessed, bro. They possess. And I don't know, man. I don't understand why these parents the same. I seen this one chick the other day. She's standing at the ice cream truck, looking like a straight Jezebel, right? And she was pregnant. and she had two little boys. Well, one of them, he looked like he was about 11. The other one looked like he was about 4, 5, whatever. And they was just standing behind her. She's pregnant as hell. Meanwhile, she's flirting with the dude who runs the ice cream truck. And she don't even care what her sons is doing. They look like some little bad little boogers anyway. They was taking like branches, tree branches and poles and just like swinging it and stuff and throwing stuff. And she didn't even care what the hell they was doing. She just pregnant as hell up there flirting. And I said, man, this is a damn shame. Then when you look over to the left, you see nothing but what? Single black women with children, baby kids at that. And the kids, they look so possessed. And they parents, they look possessed with them. But the kids look more possessed. Man, I feel sorry for these kids. See, y'all got to think about something. This is the biggest thing. Think about this. If the parents is, listen to me, y'all. This is 2025 that we're talking about. If the parents is messed up in the head and they can't control their own selves and they don't give a damn about their children, they refuse to raise their children up. The parenting has become so lazy to the point where these kids have no love. No love. They're not taught what love is. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know what love is. That's why they be making music to my fuck love. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if the kids are not taught love, if they're not taught respect, if they not taught any of those things, they not gonna have no respect when they come outside and they see other adults. And that evil that is inside of them was formed because of their parents. It was because of their parents. It was because of their parents, bro. Man, that shit's crazy, bro. And then like they literally, they minds be so gone. They so messed up in the head to the point where they wake up on BS every day and they go to sleep on BS every day. And they go to school on BS every day. And they be around their friends on BS every day. And the only time that they not on BS is when they parents cussing them out about something. Other than that, they on BS 24/7. And they don't care about the consequences because they don't. What is consequences? They don't care. The only person that gives them consequences is their parents when their parents feel like giving them consequences. But it's like, consequences? What is that? Never heard of it. These kids is so messed up in the head. And look, this is exactly why I do not be wanting my children playing with these kids out here, man. I don't even want my daughter playing with these little kids out here. I don't care if they're around her age or not, toddlers or not. These kids is possessed. The little babies is possessed. They have become a product of their own environment since birth. Real talk, they ain't even have to wait for it. You know? They starting to become products of their own environment while they in the womb. As soon as they come out, product of their own environment immediately. And it's so bad, it's to the point where you can't tell these kids nothing. Nothing. Blame the parents. Blame the parents all day and night. Blame the parents. It is their fault. You said the Chicago kids' future is finna be a real wonder, because, bruh, I'm talking about all I look. Children of the Corn. Let me pull up that damn picture. Let me pull up a picture of it so I can show y'all. I'm talking about, this remind me so much of like, if I'm not mistaken, it was that movie and it was another movie that I saw with kids were possessed, and it was so scary. Like they was ready to kill. And that's exactly how it is out here in Chicago. Your ass bet not, as an adult, if you're walking past a group of kids or teens, don't even look that way. Don't look, cause when we look at them, when me and my husband look at them, all you see is darkness in their eyes. Like, they be looking at you. All you see is the beady eye. Like, look, I'm not even lying. And then they always be looking like this. All of them. All of them. We see some kids, don't get me wrong, we see some kids, when they see us, they smile, you know, but the majority of them is just too far gone. How can we see a future? What, like, bruh. And then they sitting here, they're allowing crime to continue on in the city of Chicago. Y'all see the mayor, you see the governor, and what they're saying, and how basically in all words they're saying, continue on with the crime, Chicago. Don't worry about it. We got this on lock. Continue on with the crimes, okay? You will not get in trouble for any crimes that's committed. Y'all know what I mean. But Sleepy says people don't want no damn knowledge. It is sad. It is just the times that we live in. We can only save the ones who want to be saved. Exactly. Don't save them. They don't want to be saved. You said question. You think the drill music played a part along with the internet? I mean, you are what you exactly. Yeah, yeah. The drill music for sure. Yeah, the drill music. See, the drill music started out here. It expanded across the world. Somebody has said that no, drill music started in the UK. And I'm like, I think so. If I'm not mistaken, I think they're right. But when we talking about the United States of America, drill music started in freaking Chicago. And ever since then, y'all trust me, I've been around when drill music first started. And the person that created it, we were in school we went to the same school at the time that he made that first song. And when they got out here, it was just, I'm talking about hell to pay. I watched Chicago do a whole 360. I mean, it used to be love out here. It was all right, it wasn't bad like how it is today, but it was love out here. You used to be able to go outside. Um you can leave your door open, the screen door open, be careful, but it wasn't bad. You ain't have to worry about nobody trying to rob you or shoot you or nothing like that. Kids was able to be outside playing jump rope, hopscotch, tag year it, kids playing in the park, um, all type of stuff, man. Like, when the ice cream truck pull up, the kids was deep as hell. We all was deep as hell at the ice cream truck. As teenagers, it was somewhat alright, but soon as I got to my senior year in high school, that is when Chicago did a whole freaking 360. And I mean, like, it got extremely bad. Um, you say you're going to think, but you said Adolf Hitler and his translated speeches. I mean, I know because Trump talked just like him. Why do Trump say certain things like this, man? Look, I remember reading Anne Frank. And I read a little bit of Hitler. I can't remember verbatim, man, but I'm gonna be honest with you, like, it's crazy. I feel like we back in, man, look, you said I feel like men can't be too emotional, but I feel like the women, they should raise the kids and the men provide everything for them and give the protection. See, yeah, ain't no real men out here left in Chicago except my husband. Honestly, I haven't seen no real men left, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. All of them, I'm just disgusted with their behaviors. Like, real talk. They act just like the kids. I'm telling you, man, there is no real men left out here in Chicago. I met one other real man, and he worked at he was the big boss at this place where I would go to get my glasses or whatever. He was the big boss, and he was a white guy. And when I tell you, like, he was real as hell. He was like authentic as I don't know what. He admitted that he was wrong. He, acknowledged his wrongs, his mistakes. He started talking about the world. He started talking about how people out here is not the same anymore. Don't nobody, want to. I mean, like, man, that was the only other realest man. I don't, man, honestly, I haven't seen none. I haven't. They all act childish. Every time we go somewhere, they always looking at my husband like they want a problem. And it be overgrown ass men, like 50 plus. 40 plus niggas got gray hair and everything, just still want problems. And they be with their kids too, and they still want problems. I'm gonna say this real quick. This is to all the people out there that feel like when they look at Danny and Lou, it's an automatic problem. Let me tell y'all something. First and foremost, we really used to be like that. Like, we was really like that back then. But right now, you can't push our buttons, because we got too much to live for. We are here for a purpose, and we need to fulfill that purpose. And we don't want no problems. We don't want no smoke with nobody. That's why we walk around with our head held high and ready to conquer the world together, because the minute that we step outside our door, we know that the whole world is against us. I mean, the world is our biggest enemy. And that's just the truth. Now, along that journey, being outside, we might find some good people along the way. I'm not gonna make it seem like everybody in the whole entire world is demonic and evil and stuff like that, but um I don't want no problems with nobody, and he doesn't either. So I don't even know why people be looking at us like, oh, target, immediate targets, like, bruh. And I understand it is because when we walk, we carry the light, and y'all hate the light. You hate the light. Y'all hate it when we man our own business. Y'all hate it when we try to reserve our pieces. Like, yeah, let's start something with Danny and Lou. Then you got the men out here that's just ready for war with him. And like, he would literally turn his head and be like, "Man, I'm not even finna keep looking at dude." Then he, as we out here, just be talking out loud and be like, "Man, see, that's what's wrong with people. They just want problems. People just they all messed up in the head. They chaotic. In the mind. So they want problems with us. But see, I'm not finna give them those problems. The problems they need to, if a person want problems so bad, y'all, tell them to go to the system with their problems. Cause the system got all the problems that they need. Shout out to my husband, real talk. Carl says appreciate the topic, sister. I like and sub, keep pushing. I appreciate that, Carl. Um, yeah, honestly, like, if you want problems, take it up with the system. They got all the problems for you. All the problems that you want. But me, Danny, and Lou right here, you know, we don't want no smoke with nobody. I just want to let y'all know that, because I know there's some people, they just be like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But let me stop. I forgot that those people that do stuff like that, they are demons. Exactly. Go fight the damn system. They created many of them for you. Go fight the system. Go do that. Cause I'm not finna fight you. I'm not about to do none of that. I'm not finna argue with nobody out here. I don't got time for that, boy. Especially when I'm with my child. It seems like people always want to provoke you when you got your damn child. Man, I'm not finna keep going with you, going back and forth with you. Look, I went into this store today with my mother-in-law, and this Chinese lady, I'm talking about, she wanted problems because my card was declining. My card was declining. I thought it was a certain amount on there, and whole time it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like the demons was inside the store. So I'm feeling the presence of the demons as I'm steady like inserting my card, and I'm taking it out, and it's like, first it said chip red reader error or something, and then It turned around and it kept declining like 3 times. And then I just swiped it. And then I told her, I'm like, man, just take off this certain amount. I know it's on the. She said, oh no, it's still declining. It's still declining. I said, damn. I said, you know what? Never mind. So she starts getting mad, right? I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm not gonna. And I said, man, calm your ass down. Like real talk. Doing too much. Let me insert my card again. I already do it 5 times for you. I'm not gonna do it no more. I said, okay, let me try one more time. So I did, declined again, right? So she, ah, ah. So my mother-in-law, with her gangster ass, man, you know, she turned up on that lady. She turned up on that Chinese lady, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you, that lady was really disrespectful as hell, yelling and shouting, and I'm looking like, I'm not about to do that with you in here, ma'am. I know that, just because you feel like you have a store in the hood and you probably get a lot of hood ass people that come in and out the store that say whatever, do whatever, they bow down to you. I don't know what they do, but I'm not one of those. And I'm not gonna go back and forth with you either. She thought I was finna keep going. She thought I was about to keep arguing with her ass. So, you know, OG got on that with her. And she said, I told the lady, I said, first and foremost, let me tell you something. You talking to me like you the one that's on the opposite side of the counter inserting your card. You getting frustrated. You want to pay for it for me then? You just want to give it to me for free or something? No, I don't say nothing to you. It's just hot. I said, now it's hot. Now you hot. I said, don't you got a fan right there? Go pick it up and put it in your face since you so hot. She said, no, I not say nothing to you. I'm just saying I'm hot. I said, so you ain't just stand there and tell me that you sick and tired of me inserting my card and taking it back out and it's declining. How are you getting mad at me because my card is declining? I almost called that lady something, so I had to leave out the store. But she had the other old ass Chinese lady that was like fucking 80 years old, trying to act like she's escorting us out the damn store like she's a security guard. If you don't go sit your behind down somewhere, ma'am, you will see the old piece of me come out. And we in a hood ass area, by the way. Nothing but black folks is looking at us like we are the problem when we got disrespected first. People, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is all walks of life. It's not just black folks, but people is so narcissistic nowadays. They would literally start a problem with you, and then soon as you tell them off, they try to make it seem like they the victim and you started it with them. I'm not finna keep playing with y'all. Like real talk, man. It's a bunch of big ass childish adults out here. Yeah, let me poke at the bear. Let me poke at the bear. Let me try to piss her off or try to piss him off. Like, why is people's motive to piss you off? Like, why? Like, why do you want to see that? Y'all is sick. Anybody that continues to poke at you to try to piss you off, something is seriously wrong with them. They sick in the minds. Just know that. You said it is so crazy. People can come here and really learn something, but want to play and troll. It is only a real troll. Exactly, man. I'm telling you. See, this world is like full of fucking trolls and childish, selfish. You can't tell me nothing except my parents, but you don't even listen to your own damn parents. You don't listen to your parents. She thinks she knows what she's talking about. Trust me, I see the hate and the envy when I leave out the door. And I know I'm being watched, so hello. Hello to everybody that's watching me, that sees me when I come out the door and they be looking like, oh, that's her. There she go. Oh, she was talking all that stuff online, but look at her now. Yeah, look at me. And see, this the thing too. Cause people always give me that look. Like, oh, I see her online, trust and believe. I know that people see me. And see, the thing is, they don't have the balls to say anything. And I mean that in like a let me acknowledge her type of way, or simply like if they disagree with my content, they can't say that shit with their chest. Cause I'll be really ready. I'm ready to, and I'm not ready for war, but I'm ready to debate with somebody about the things that I talk about. Like, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you negatively though, but if you have if a person was to say, hey, I see you on YouTube and you be talking about, black people, this, that, and the third, or this, that, and the other, and I don't agree with nothing that you be saying, we're gonna have a civilized conversation if that's what they want. But evidently a lot of people, they're not gonna say anything. They're just gonna look at you. And they gonna be looking at you like, oh, she thinks she really somebody. No, I know I'm somebody, man. I know who I am. That's the thing. You don't know who you are. That's the difference between me and you. You don't know who you are. I know who I am. You still can't look yourself in the mirror every day, but I know that I can. You chasing the image just like everybody else, but I know that I'm not. You get me? You still chasing the American dream because you think there's an American dream. Meanwhile, I believe that it's an American nightmare. Um, you said it'd be hella YouTube people with big platforms speaking about Chicago, but soon as a person who laugh here speaks, nobody say nothing but real recognize. Exactly, man. You feel me? Sleepy, man. I really appreciate the support. Real talk. Real talk. Because it was this big YouTuber, and I know he be watching me. I know, cause he's so salty, right? I went on his live stream a couple hours ago. He was talking about Chicago, so I'm putting in big bold letters. I hate when people that's not from Chicago try to talk about Chicago, but see, this is my thing. It's okay to talk about what you want to talk about on your platform. You could talk about Chicago if you want to, but don't try to make it seem like you know exactly what's going on here. Like you know what's going on here. And your ass is all the way in a whole nother state, and you've been born and raised over there, and you've been living there your whole life, and you moved to a whole nother state after that. You never came to Chicago, never visited, don't know what's going on. You are only using what you see on the internet to talk about it. So as me, a Chicago citizen, starts entering big bold letters in his chat to let him know, like, hey, this is what's going on here. And I'm not even being disrespectful either. He looks at the dude looks at my comment. How I know? Cause his chat was moving so slow that my comment sat there for a minute in big bold letters. He stopped playing the video to look at my comment. He said, okay, everybody, all right, that's about it. We're about to wrap this up. Now, this is like the third time dude done did this, because every time he speaks on Chicago, I say something. He always looks, you could tell he looking right at my comment, and he'll just end the live stream. Why? Because niggas is clout chasing. Niggas is clout chasing. They want clout so bad. That's why they always be talking about Chicago. Now, that is a clout chaser. Because if it's a person that's basically putting in big bold letters letting you know, like, hey, I'm here, I live here, I can tell you what's going on. You too prideful to read the comment, but you sitting up here talking about Chicago as if you know what's going. You a clout chaser, bro. You a clout chaser. Real talk. A lot of these content creators is clout chasing, but not me. I don't clout chase. He said, how didn't he ask you anything? Sadly, because that video is for money. Not exactly, it's for money. He tried to say, all right, y'all, I'm out. I've been here for a minute. Oh, you been here for a minute now. After I said what I said, you disregarded my comment, bro. And then I put it in the chat a second time in big bold letters. And he looked at it again and he was like, okay, y'all, all right, that's it. I'm gone. And exited out the live stream so fast. I'm like, clout chasing? Damn. And these niggas be having like 300,000 subscribers and 400K. But you so greedy that you have to speak on Chicago and disregard the comments. Mind you, one time he had it where he was inviting people on the show. He was talking about Chicago. He was inviting people on the show. So I'm like, all right, me and my husband, we finna go up in there. So we steady telling him like, hey, bro, we from Chicago. Can you open up the lines or whatever for Chicago people? It was another Chicago citizen that came on there and that actually dialed the number and said, bro, you such a cloud chaser. This shit don't even work. It don't even work. He's intentionally not reading any comments from anybody that's from Chicago, but yet and still he wants to continue to babble on about Chicago. Chicago this, Chicago that, and Chicago, and Chicago, and Chicago, and Chicago. So that's what's really going on, y'all. And the saddest part about it, bro, is you be having like 1,000 to, I think, no, 700 to like 2,000 people in your live streams, and you're lying to these people. And I'm trying to help the people understand that what he's saying is not true. This is what's going on. But nobody wants to listen to actual Chicago citizens. Make that make sense. This shit crazy out here though. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, and the fact that it is actual children that's possessed, teens getting kidnapped, black folks cribs getting raided by federal agents for no freaking reason, um call themselves ICE agents at the same time when I really feel like that's the National Guard. Honestly, if you ask me, I would not be surprised if none of their ass is qualified at all, and he just got people dressing up like that with ski mask on. Because think about it, why the hell they do never want to identify themselves? Why they never want to identify themselves? Why do they always have ski masks on their face and they never want to show their badge numbers? Every time there's citizens getting arrested by these people and snatched up, they ask for their name and their badge numbers, and they still not giving it out. They still not. They are violating our human rights. That's what they doing. But listen to me. I don't care about that constitution or none of that. You want to know? You want to know why? Because God is the one that's really in control. He's the one that really gave us free speech and constitutional rights. God did. See, these people, they just all they doing is just violating us. That's all. And they get a kick out of it, and it's fun to them. So yeah, that part. That part. Make it make sense though. Are these actual agents? Are these actual ICE agents? Federal agents? Are these actually DHS? It like, is it actually National Guards? You know? Why is it that they never want to identify themselves? You get what I'm saying? They don't never want to identify themselves though. How do we know if these are actual? And then they kicking in doors, kidnapping people, zip tying them, and they never want to identify. All they do is they cuss at you, they throw you around, they beat on you and stuff like that. Fuck around and they kill you. You know what I'm saying? It is diabolical out here. Seriously. Right. Right. They ain't never stepped foot in Chicago, bro. Could y'all please stop, bro? And this is dedicated to a lot of these big content creators. This little thing I'm finna say. You could talk about Chicago all day. I'm not stopping nobody, and I can't stop nobody. You know, you could talk about Chicago as much as you want, but please stop acting like y'all are actually here and you actually saw those things happen, and you're literally telling people this is exactly what happened, even though you are not here to actually see it. I get that you see the video footages, but y'all are not seeing what we are seeing though. Like, get what I'm saying? Mind you, it's drones flying around all day. That shit is unnormal. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't want to stay on here too long. It's getting late, and yeah, I'm about to get off of here. I'll be back on sometime soon. Not even gonna say tomorrow though, but yeah, in a couple days. Y'all just give me a couple days. I got a lot going on, a lot of stuff I'm trying to handle. Um, gotta tend the family, all type of stuff. My family. But anyway, nevertheless, y'all get the likes up on this stream. I appreciate everybody that was in here. Thank you, Sleepy. I really appreciate it. Ken, thank you, and anybody else that was in here interacting. Really appreciate y'all because people really just be watching me and they don't even be saying nothing. Just weird. Anyway, love everybody. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. And yep, that part.